Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Jared Powley's Fragrance Reviews. Tonight we're going to be looking at a fragrance from the house of Bulgari. This is known as Bulgari Aqua pour Homme EDT Eau de Toilette Concentration, which came out in the year 2005. The bottle I have is the most recent formulation. In the Bulgari Aqua series, Pour Homme series, there are many flankers, and I would say definitely the original is the best, but it depends on your taste. I would consider this an excellent fragrance. It's supremely underrated and overlooked. The problem with it is the new formulation. The older bottles were much more potent, much more a greater performance, and this one is fairly weak. So that be warned of that. So if you're going to get a bottle of this, I would definitely try to get an older bottle, because this one, the performance is less than spectacular, and that would be an understatement. So here is the bottle, kind of a disc shaped like a hockey puck. Give it a spray in the back of my wrist. So initially, you get kind of a very zesty citrus with some mandarin orange notes, and it's a little bit salty, somewhat aquatic, and it has these very fresh undertones. But this changes dramatically. On the dry down, it becomes cleaner, more crisp, fresh, kind of a spicy floral vibe to it, and it has less citrus. The late dry down is where there is the greatest change. And I'm not going to say this smells like Dior Fahrenheit, but it definitely gives off a slight vibe of Dior Fahrenheit. It becomes more leathery. It's got a very animalic note, a bit of that stink to it. It comes maybe a little more green in a herbaceous, woody type of manner. So because I love Fahrenheit, I do enjoy this fragrance greatly. As advertised, the top notes are mandarin, orange, petitgrain. The mid notes are seaweed, lavender, cotton flower, and the base notes are Virginia cedar, woodsy notes, amber patchouli, and clary sage. So the performance of this, like I said, is less than average. It has below average projection and very poor scent trails. So you're going to have to reapply continually, maybe even over apply with this one. It becomes a skin scent maybe within the first hour. Again, the original bottle of almost 20 years ago is vastly superior. And I would say the older bottle you can find, the better, because the performance and the power, the depth is very, very good. Last thoughts on this Aqua Pour Homme by Bulgari. The essential characteristics of this fragrance is there is an intense variation between the initial spray and the dry down. So it goes from this kind of citrus, zesty, orange, tangy type of fragrance to the dry down, a very leathery, somewhat animalic, musky, little bit pissy type of vibe. So for me, this has kind of a little bit like in the 80s or early 90s. This doesn't really smell like a modern fragrance. It has more of a classical form to it. Like I said, if you like this fragrance, I would definitely try before you buy and try to get an older bottle. And I think people are going to be very split on this. And if you do plan on buying it, or you do get a sample of this, you have to be patient, because you're going to spray it. Then you're going to say, wow, you know, I like this zesty citrus, this orangey notes, but that's going to change. And that's going to change very quickly. So I say within 10-15 minutes, you're going to go to this leathery dry down that you may not like. So again, always try before you buy, and if you can find an older bottle, you'll be a lot more satisfied than the modern formulation, the recent formulation, which is very watered down. So if you like this video, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Any comments or questions you have on this excellent scent profile fragrance, but not performing fragrance by the House of Bulgari, leave them down below, and I'll always get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.